Guys, this is Blockchain Basement. This is not the other show. This is Blockchain Basement, where we get together and we talk about stuff with you guys and we chat for a little bit to end the show. But we always have a question. And today's question is, when is the best time to buy Bitcoin? Some people would tell you 420. Those people are potheads. I would tell you that, in my opinion, you know what, I'm going to say my opinion. Let's see what Cassie thinks or read in some articles, because we actually looked at some articles today that were telling us when to buy Bitcoin. And it's a very broad question. Call it the Cassie couch. That's pretty funny, actually. Go ahead, Cassie. What do you think? Tell us a little bit about these articles. What did they say?
So, I mean, I thought they were good articles. They're very Web 2-esque, right? There's a lot of tips about, you know, like timing the market and trends and what's going on with regulation and, of course, things that you want to pay attention to. It's a lot, though. Personally, I think the best time to buy Bitcoin is now and whenever you can. I think DCAing is like the way to go.
Okay, and then what about, did it give a day? Did it say a specific day?
No.
It didn't, so it clickbaited us.
Of course.
These stupid news articles with their clickbait. I would stop reading these articles. So, look, here's the thing. I think the best time to buy Bitcoin, and this is the advice I would give everybody, is the best time to buy any asset, which is before the meat of the move. Before the majority of the move happens, right? So if you're looking to get on a 5X on Phemex, you can check out our link if you want. If you're looking to get a 5X on Phemex and you're waiting for Bitcoin to go from 68,000 to 69,000, and it goes to 68.7, still got $300 to go. Could go there. But the ROI on that is you've missed the meat of the move. And so that's what you guys should be looking at. It's DCAing, right? Like DCAing is obviously a time-proven, time-tested. I do hate that I feel like Warren Buffett is the person that's associated with it, because you guys know I don't like to attack people, and I would not attack Warren Buffett. I think that Mother Nature is about to do him in on her own. So, look, I think that dollar cost averaging is a very smart thing, but, you know, I'm very selective with my dollar cost averaging. I don't dollar cost average per se like you're supposed to. I have times I'm like, okay, throw money into this for a while until I feel like that time's over, and then I throw money into something else because I'm preparing for the meats of the moves. How do you prepare for the meats of the moves?
How do you prepare?
That's a dumb question. I just want to say the meats of the moves.
Well, I think you know that article specifically that I read did not necessarily seem geared toward. So for you, DCAing into something, or even for me, right? We're paying attention to the market. We know where it's going. We're paying attention to the projects. We know what they're doing. That's not Web 2. Right. And this article was written for Web 2. And they're like, hey, you got to do all this stuff. Yeah. I can't tell you how many people that I've talked to about crypto, and they're like, yeah, it seems really cool, and we know you can make a lot of money, but I don't have time for it. Yeah. And several people, I'll give you my money if you'll invest it for me. And it's like, there's not a chance, right? Because I don't want that responsibility. I mean, I make moves with my own money that sometimes aren't the best. So I think just in a really general way, for someone who's interested in buying Bitcoin, but is not going to pay attention to the market, DCAing is super safe. Yeah. But if, you know, like you mentioned, if you are paying attention and you're knowledgeable and you're staying up to date with everything that's going on, then yeah, absolutely. You know, it's good to look at the charts and try to time it well so you profit well.
What price should people stop buying Bitcoin at for this cycle?
That's a hard one.
It is hard.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't really do anything with Bitcoin or with
Bitboy. You don't do anything with Bitboy?
Dude,
are you sure about that?
That Armstrong. I don't really do anything with Bitcoin. To be honest.
Don't call me Bitboy outside of the show. So.
No.
Because that would be weird.
That would be very weird. I don't hold any Bitcoin. I will leverage trade Bitcoin occasionally because I find it's not as volatile as some of the other, you know, as Solana, for example, as far as how quick.
Some days she goes inside the house, some days she goes outside the house.
Dog.
That's our dog.
But I mean, what do you think? What is?
Well, thank you for asking.
Where do you think the top is?
I would like to say, even though you said you don't really trade Bitcoin, like I still think like we should try to put a number on this because this should be a hard question and there's not a right answer. Because what I'm asking is, what price do you feel like in between now and wherever the all-time high is, where the ROI of getting in Bitcoin is negative? Because it may go up still, but what's going to crash so hard is going to come back down. I think for me, the number that I would stop telling people to buy Bitcoin would probably be $125,000, because I believe 125,000 to 175K is the range it's going to hit in. So I'm probably going to be 150 really. So people think it's going to be a lot higher. And if it's higher and you're buying up to 125, you still have some good ammunition. Once it gets above that, all bets are off. And I wouldn't suggest it. And of course, the cycle could change, right? If a year from now we're at 104K, like, guys, okay, you probably start scaling out at this point. We're probably not going to get much higher.
Right. But so
that's my number. My number would be 125K.
in USD.
In USD, of course.
Right. So that's kind of where, when I look at crypto, when I look at Bitcoin specifically, the whole concept of digital gold. If I buy Bitcoin, it's going to be without any intention to sell, because whether Bitcoin costs $20,000 or it costs $500,000, if I have one Bitcoin, that's just one Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And I think that's, and I could be totally wrong here, but I think with what's going on economically, we also have BRICS, the US dollar isn't doing great. I'd like to think that that's kind of where we're heading.
One day.
Is right. Yeah. One day.
Yeah.
But that's how I view Bitcoin investing.
Yeah.
Now, and that's part of the reason I say
She's just not a Bitcoin person. You're not a Bitcoin person.
I'm not. Well, I am though. I am, but I'm not. Like right now, I'm not in the market.
We're gonna get that Bitcoin DeFi though very soon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
we'll get on that.
But the thing is, and I'm pro Bitcoin, but I'm pro gains, and I'm gonna make more money buying Solana or SWI or any of the other thousands of cryptos out there.
Yeah.
Than I am on Bitcoin.
Yeah.